Biafra land can never be Islamized. Biafra people are very unique. We are very stubborn and we are very brave people. And today, I am very, very proud to inform you that your braveness, your courage, and your support has brought us where we are today. We have also listened to the Elders Forum of the Northern Elders Forum statement asking that Igbos should be allowed to go, or Southeast, however they call it. But we want to inform them that there is nothing like Southeast. There is nothing like South-South. There is nothing like Igbo should go. We are coming with our map. Biafra is coming with a map. And by the time we finish with the map from tomorrow, we are going to make it public so that whoever that is addressing those who want to exit Nigeria, those who want to exit Nigeria as Biafra, they will address us properly. They will understand that this is not just Igbo affair. This is not just Igbo cause. This is a Biafra cause, and they must address us as such. Biafra land can never be Islamized. Biafra people are very unique. We are very stubborn, and we are very brave people. And today, I am very, very proud to inform you that your braveness, your courage, and your support has brought us where we are today. We have also listened to the Elders Forum of the Northern Elders Forum statement asking that Igbos should be allowed to go, or Southeast, however they call it. But we want to inform them that there is nothing like Southeast. There is nothing like South-South. There is nothing like Igbo should go. We are coming with our map. Biafra is coming with a map. And by the time we finish with the map from tomorrow, we are going to make it public so that whoever that is addressing those who want to exit Nigeria, those who want to exit Nigeria as Biafra, they will address us properly. They will understand that this is not just Igbo affair. This is not just Igbo cause. This is a Biafra cause, and they must address us as such. I would like to address the issue of the images that were Biafra. Our own is to make sure that Nigeria terrorist security forces in Biafra land, WOTOWOTO. The WOTOWOTO can never stop. We will continue to give them WOTOWOTO. WOTOWOTO will continue until they leave. Our demand is that every security agent in Biafra land representing Nigeria must be withdrawn.
Biafra shall be a country comprised of many nations making laws in local languages. So the fraud and deception going on in Nigeria right now will not be replicated in Biafra. Biafra shall be a country comprised of many nations making laws in local languages. So the fraud and deception going on in Nigeria right now will not be replicated in Biafra. Biafra shall be a country comprised of many nations making laws in local languages, so the fraud and deception going on in Nigeria right now will not be replicated in Biafra.
Our own is to make sure that Nigeria terrorist security forces in Biafra land, WOTOWOTO. The WOTOWOTO can never stop. We will continue to give them WOTOWOTO. WOTOWOTO will continue until they leave. Our demand is that every security agent in Biafra land representing Nigeria must be withdrawn. We want to use the opportunity to call every personnel, Biafra personnel or Biafra person serving in Nigeria Army, Nigeria Police, Nigeria Navy, Nigeria Air Force. If you are serving in all these institutions mentioned now and you are very close to Biafra land or you are in Biafra land, resign. Resign. They bring you to Biafra, resign, because once you have that uniform on, we don't know who you are. You are the enemy and you are our enemy. Is a last warning and last call for you to resign. If you are deployed to Biafra territory to kill, pull off your cloth and resign, and look for contact where you can contact me or some of your group if you want to serve the Biafra army or the Biafra forces. You are welcome. You will be treated and respected. Biafra will value you, and once you fight for Biafra, it is something that you should be proud of. So every one of you that are serving within Biafra territory, today is your last day. Both police, today is your last day. Army, today is your last day. Navy, today is your last day. Except you are not in Biafra land. If you are not in Biafra land, it is your problem. You can die in the north, that is your business. Pull off your clothes and stop killing Biafrans. We'll catch you in that uniform, it does not matter who you are gone.
Ordinary $1 was a problem. $1 became a problem. Can't you afford $1? How come you can't write your neighbor in a month? You can't afford $1? Because Fulani people are laughing at us, they are counting on that thing you have inside you, that destructive demonic spirit to question and to argue everything. That's what they're counting on, to colonize and enslave us.
Always.
When they speak, they say, we know you can never be united. We know. Only $1 only. Is it going to kill you?
No, nothing.
No $1. You're not in IPOB.
BIAFRALANDS all over.
Real IPOB United Kingdom. Welcome BRGI Prime Minister on the 15th December 2023, His Excellency Simon Ekpa, to his 8th World Tour country. Tour start 8 p.m. Biafra time. Location Zoom link will be announced later.
IPOB in UK.
Real IPOB United Kingdom. Welcome BRGI Prime Minister on the 15th December 2023, His Excellency Simon Ekpa, to his 8th World Tour country. Tour start 8 p.m. Biafra time. Location Zoom link will be announced later.
IPOB in UK.
Recently said, a country does not survive. Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe once said, when two incompatibles meet, they can coexist if only they agree to agree and agree to disagree. But Nigeria, can we ever agree? My learned senior mentor, G.T. Ogunye, senior advocate of the masses, recently said, a country does not survive solely because of forced unity. It survives on purpose and fruitfulness. This Nigerian house, he said, is falling. Today, if it is not agitation for Oodua Republic, it is movement for the actualization of Biafra, or Arewa threatening to send Igbos packing from the north. How about Boko Haram, Fulani headsmen, oil theft and militancy, or the once upon a time OPC? Why is the previous government granted amnesty to militants who didn't ask them for it? The current government sees Biafran agitators as miscreants that must be crushed, while rehabilitating repentant members of Boko Haram. Yet the victims are still crying daily for succor from the same government. If this is not injustice from a motherland, then I wonder how else you would define it. Yet, we mouth the unity of Nigeria is not negotiable. I laugh in vernacular. Some stakeholders have canvassed for fiscal federalism or return to the 1963 Republican Constitution, while others have argued that we either restructure, discuss our coexistence through a referendum, or go our separate ways. And like my brother and friend, Barrister Tio Nwigbo, once asked, are we really afraid of going our separate ways if that will guarantee justice, fairness, equity, peace, and security? I leave to be the judge of that, though. Why countries like Czechoslovakia, Yugoslavia, and USSR have all separated to foster equality, justice, security, and ethnic nationalism, we are here preaching unity in Nigeria, yet we have no solution to the genocide in South Kaduna, the illegal but officially condoned arms in the hands of killer headsmen, kidnappers, bandits roaming the country, the technically defeated Boko Haram, the amnesty militant, or the kidnappers. How about the corruption, nepotism, ineptitude, and barefaced selfishness and planlessness on the part of the political class, president, governor, lawmakers, and their likes? Make we sit down there and deceive ourselves. Czechoslovakia, which had a population of 16 million people, less than the Lagos population, separated into Czech and the Slovakia on the 1st of January 1993. Yugoslavia in 1991 was 23.2 million, barely more than Lagos population. It broke into 6 countries same year, all along ethnic lines, namely Bosnia, Herzegovina, Croatia, Macedonia, Montenegro, Serbia, and Slovenia. In Europe, the UK permitted regional autonomy to the Irish, the Scots, and the Welsh, while the English dominated Westminster. Switzerland has 4 ethnic groups. Each of them rotates the presidency annually through 7 cantons that constitute the federation unit. These countries, like every other, might have their problems, but they are stronger and fostering independence today. I will therefore advocate, as posited by Professor Wole Soyinka and Professor George Obiozo and a lot of other scholars, apart from those in government. Nigeria, as presently constituted, is structurally flawed and badly configured. If not restructured either along regional lines or allowed to discuss their cohabitation to whether agree to agree or agree to disagree, it might give way forcefully without the opportunity of proper tailoring. The North, if properly harnessed, can not only feed the entire West Africa, but can become a new Dubai. The Southwest can enhance our creativity to become another Silicon Valley if they weren't waiting for revenue from a feeding bottle center. The Southeast, with accountable leadership and right infrastructure, can become the Japan of Africa, while the South-South can be able to look inward for possibilities that abound around them. Then we'll indeed understand that united we fall, divided we stand.
Those who are against secession, so to speak, their language, those who are against autonomy or freedom for the regions. The only time that Nigeria came close to attaining its potential was when everybody was on their own. Go and ask, consult your history books. Dr. Michael Alapa's economy was 40% every year, the fastest growing in the world. Awolowo performed a miracle in the West. When I mean miracle that you cannot even believe what the man was able to do with ordinary cocoa. Transformed the entire West was transformed. Built the first stadium. Even the Janjaweed, Ahmadu and Tafawa Balewa, do you know what they did in the north? Go and look at the factories that they built. When people look back with nostalgia at what Nigeria could have been, they were looking at Nigeria when the regions had their own government, when the regions had their own embassies abroad. These are the things they don't teach you in schools. But if you are fortunate to be listening to us, then you're highly blessed. Those who are against secession, so to speak, their language, those who are against autonomy or freedom for the regions. The only time that Nigeria came close to attaining its potential was when everybody was on their own. Go and ask, consult your history books. Dr. Michael Alapa's economy was 40% every year, the fastest growing in the world. Awolowo performed a miracle in the West. When I mean miracle that you cannot even believe what the man was able to do with ordinary cocoa. Transformed the entire West was transformed. Built the first stadium. Even the Janjaweed, Ahmadu and Tafawa Balewa, do you know what they did in the north? Go and look at the factories that they built. When people look back with nostalgia at what Nigeria could have been, they were looking at Nigeria when the regions had their own government, when the regions had their own embassies abroad. These are the things they don't teach you in schools. But if you are fortunate to be listening to us, then you're highly blessed.
Warm greetings to all Biafrans all over the world and lovers of freedom and haters of freedom and haters of Biafra. Most especially those that comes into Biafra land. Ada Biafra, you have to mute your mic, please. Ada Biafra, okay. You have to mute your mic. Yeah, mute your mic. Okay, thank you. Most especially the foot soldiers that are imported into Biafra land. We want to say thank you for becoming manures into Biafra land. We want to say thank you for being so foolish and continuing on your quest for the contract and fame that was given to you guys, because Biafra land will consume all of you and will continue to consume and consume and consume and consume. Like you heard our PM say, Like you heard our PM say, our aims and objective is to make sure the zoo terrorists in uniform continue to do what? In Biafra land until Biafra is restored. And we are not going to stop, not one iota, talk less of an atom. We are not going to stop. That is the main reason why you need to continue to support BRGIE, support and our Liberation Army, support our resistance fighters, support the BNL, support the Biafran Air Force, support every armed groups fighting under BRGIE to make sure Biafra is restored and Biafra land is defended. Support our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, Yaguni Chamber 1 of Biafra land, the Igboki of our time, the Ekberimaristic Ekberima, that has Ekberimarize all the Mumu and the Morons in one Nigeria. The Igboki of our time, the Itiare Kondo of Biafra, the man that have stood the test of time, the only man that every international community speaks about, the man that makes the headlines, the man that one Nigeria conventional journalist must use his name and faces on the media to make propaganda, blackmail, and slander just to be able to make money. The only man that if you don't use in your comedy now today for the bloggers, you will not make money. It will not trend. So if you want to make more money from your comedy treat and a kit, make sure you impute something that has to do with Biafra. And remember the face of our PM. Because the more you put his face, you will garner more audience. And then it will push Biafra awareness the more. Whether you're using his face and his publication for propaganda or blackmail and slander, it is all working out for our good. So we implore you to expand your awareness and your comedy kit and your blogging into Biafra sphere so that you can capture more. We want to say a very big thank you to the existence of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, our supreme leader. The same to our eternal leader, Dame Odumeku Ojukwu. The same to our former president of Biafra, Philip Effiong, and every heroes and heroines that may have fallen and are also standing the test of time, those that are coming to be and those that have been, and those that are standing tall right now, those that are fighting in the bushes, those that are making Biafra land to be safe and sound for Biafrans to see and to understand and to know and to feel. When you look at this chart here, you will understand that Biafra land is the safest place in one Nigeria. Biafra land is the safest place in one Nigeria. This is the second quarter of 2023 vitalities and abductions done, though their statistics are never accurate. But with the little that you can see here now, you can understand that the Biafran Liberation Army are doing a good job. That Simon Ekpa, that they say is a Nigerian agent, is doing a good job. That the BRGIE are doing a good and a super job. That the armed forces of Biafra unveiled on the 21st and 22nd, on the 20th and 21st of October, was not unveiled for a showy display. They were unveiled to defend Biafra territory, and that they have done. The venoms, which our PM told one Nigeria that you're going to see the venoms, for you, killing Biafrans, abducting, cutting off their organs, selling them off, putting all Biafrans that speak Biafra in detention, going all the way to Finland, Kenya to kidnap our leader, and then blindfolded him in chains, brought him down to Nigeria. These and many more and more crimes you have committed, burning our women in their sleeps, cutting our pregnant women into two and removing the fetus, slaughtering our women and young men anyhow. The venom that he promised them is out, and we are just starting. We are in Genesis. We have not even entered Exodus. You know what the books of the Bible talks about. When you start counting from Old Testament, you start from Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy, Joshua, till you go and reach Revelation, Apocalypse, the New Testament. Now we are just in the Genesis of dealing with the zoo terrorists, delegitimizing them in Biafra land. That is what we are doing. And we are just in the Genesis. And that Genesis, it is just that side of the Genesis where they say in the beginning, God created heaven and earth. That is the beginning part where we are. We are not in the side where they said, and after he created, he now gave dominion to mankind to take over. We never even reached that side yet. So we are just in the beginning. God created heaven and earth. That is where we are now, on the stage of dealing with the zoo terrorists in Biafra land. You guys will continue to collect more WOTOWOTO until Biafra is restored. And it is not going to stop, because people have been massacring Biafrans from 1900 to this very day. The genocide of 66 to 70s is what anyone cannot escape if you are talking about Biafrans. That is what will remind you the wounds. And to this very day, the war has still been going on. Checkpoints and every blockade have been happening to instill fear in us so that we will not talk about Biafra again. But today, we have dismantled that yoke. Kidnapping Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was the worst mistake they made. And if that was what was to happen so that Biafra will come faster, so be it. And we are going to make use of every arsenal to make sure we destroy the zoo to get Biafra. I salute all Biafrans listening to us, and I salute all the media teams, those that are here and those that are not here, and all the ministers of the media, and also all the ministers of the cabinet of the BRGIE, and also the de facto government in the homeland. You are all cherished, and your works are too much appreciated by the Biafran people. So, as the engine house of the BRGIE and the de facto government in the homeland, we do what we know how to do best. The awareness of Biafra and changing the narrative is what we have at hand. Making sure the zoo and One Nigeria and everything that supports them and aligns with them understands the differences of 66 to 70 and this time. The use of propaganda leaflets by BBC and Premium Times of London in 66 to 70s against the Biafran people, even when they massacred and blockaded land, air, and sea, seeing that the Biafran military were destroying and winning the war, then Britain came to do that. That is the narrative we have to change in this our own dispensation, so that they will understand that we told them, we educated them, we pushed the narrative out for them to understand before we start doing what we know how to do best, which is what? The defense of the Biafran people. Self-preservation, self-determination is not a crime, and that is what we are doing. We must defend Biafra land. It is our objective, and the prerogative is that Biafrans must be alive to see Biafra. I thank you all in the studio. We have a lot to talk about. Let me start by giving the mic to Mazi 247. Let him talk to Biafrans before we go to our next minister. Okay, while he's speaking call, we give the mic to Ada Biafra Betty. Ada Biafra Betty, unmute yourself and say hi to Biafrans while our minister 247 is talking on phone. Thank you.
Hello, my fellow Biafrans, men and women, wherever you are watching us from. I say good evening, good morning, good afternoon, depending on your location. Ndị be anyị ekenekwa m unu. It shall be well with Biafrans all over the world. But before I go ahead, I must thank God for giving us a man like our supreme leader, Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. There is no Biafra without Onyendu, and there is no Onyendu without Biafra. They are so much interwoven, and Onyendu means a lot to us. I implore the indulgence of every other Biafran to pray, join us to pray for his release. Prayer is very powerful because tongue is one of the smallest part of the body that is very powerful. Let us keep praying for him on daily basis. It remains like 4 days now from today for his hearing. I also extend my greetings to our super prime minister. Our prime minister is like a tipper filled with wet sand. You can't move it. unless he decides to move. He is a great man, stepping into the shoes of Onyendu at this time. For going to 2 years now, it's not up to 2 years. He has achieved a lot, and he's still ready to achieve more. I say kudos to him. And every Biafran, I thank you all, because we wouldn't have gone this far without you people. You are the ones that is propelling our movement, steering our boat forward. God bless Biafrans. Our minister, Mr. Sonny Akparawa, there is no time Biafra is mentioned without your name. You are so wonderful. I have a whole lot of respect for you. You are the real man, the kind of men that Biafrans need. I thank you. So you have all heard all the things he enumerated that we will be touching on, especially the donation. We deliberated on it yesterday with the ministers and the cabinet ministers, yes. So we will continue to touch on it. Biafra is almost here. We have all worked hard. Those who are watching us, those who keeps coming to click, share, and subscribe, you are doing marvelous work. Everybody is supposed to be thanked and praised, but the praises all goes back to God. It's all glory to God. He is our Father, and we are his children. So I thank you, my people. I thank the rest of my comrades, 247, Battle Cry, Vam Vam Vam. Those who are not here, I believe that they will be on their way and they will soon join us. Thank you so much, my minister.
Thank you, Ada Biafra. Battle Cry, we give you the mic.
Hello, good evening, Biafrans. All hail Biafra, all hail Biafra. Biafra, peace, unity, and equity. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning from here, depending on where you're watching us. We must thank you for your support, for coming into the broadcast that we do each of every time that we come on here. Like our sister said, you are the backbone of the thing we are doing here online on the media, and by propelling what we are doing, I can tell you honestly, you have put and gear to us to carry on this movement going. And I must say, bless each of every one of you who are behind what we are doing, those who are supporting the man that we have now that is representing our leader, Yendu Mazen Nandakan, by name, Mazi Samadi, by the Prime Minister himself. We thank you all, for many of you who believe in his doctrine, who believe in his movement, who believe in his ideology. And I must say that, you see, where there is a voice of a leader, there is always a power, according to the scripture. So you are not mistakenly following him and listening to him. As our leader have said before he was kidnapped, that we should go and listen to him. And many of us have been doing that, following him. And without much to do, he has achieved many things after the kidnapping of our leader. And he's still on the pathway to achieve more and to liberate Biafra and to make Biafra be a nation. So we must say, may Chukwu Okike continue to increase his wisdom, increase his audacity, increase his tenacity, and we're sure that everything will surely come to pass. Again, may I just thank our Minister of Information, Sonia Barawa. May Chukwu Camera bless you for your this coordination in this media. What you are doing is marvelous. There's no time we look for you in a show or in this media that you are not there. You have contributed a lot. May Chukwu Camera continue to reward you. So Biafra, let's fasten our belt and listen to what we're bringing to you tonight here. Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you. As it is customary now, please, before we start every broadcast and meetings, we have to be observing a minute silence to our fallen heroes. So if I forget in any occasion, please do remind me. So we hereby observe a 1 minute silence to our fallen heroes. Thank you. May the souls of the fallen heroes of Biafra continue to fight until Biafra is restored. He said. All right. We have a lot in the kitchen, and let us go there. Sorry, I have too many soldiers here disturbing, so noise may be coming from my end because I'm at work. All right, let's go to our PM's Twitter page because there is urgent announcement we must bring to the screen before any other thing. If you are not following us on Twitter, you are doing us a very setback that is bigger than what you can understand.
Please, my minister.
Yes.
Check. There's something I forwarded to you just now on your WhatsApp.
Yeah, I'll check. Somebody said a lot in the kitchen. Yes, so a lot in the kitchen, or a lot in the kitchen for you to consume. Yes. Who made that comment? That thing in Finland. Okay. Yes, that thing in Finland. We have a lot in the kitchen to feed the ear. So come well prepared and sit back and enjoy. All right. Here we have a message from our PM, which all Biafrans must adhere to these very instructions. And this place, wherever you're listening to us, do well to screenshot this very post and this very place, and share it on WhatsApp, share it everywhere. Let it go far and wide. The message says, breaking. Every Biafran in Idiato, Okigwe, Ordinatiti, and environs are hereby warned to remain vigilant as Nigeria Islamic State has planned with some communities to launch attack on Biafrans in the aforementioned locations. However, the Biafra Liberation Army and Biafra resistance fighters are ready to give it to them. WOTOWOTO, WOTOWOTO. So no one is to trespass. The threat is now raised to level 2. And that's why we are making sure this message go far and wide. We want you all to screenshot this very post, this very part of this broadcast, share it everywhere. Share it far and wide. And let this message go far. Let this message go everywhere. Let this message go everywhere. Send it to your friends and families. Send it to your neighbors. Send it to anyone you know that are resident in these communities. Not just those residents in these communities, You can send it to anyone you have and anyone you know, because someone you know that is not from this community may know another person that is from that community, thereby sending the message over to the person, and that is how the other person will not become the scapegoat in this scenario. Please, we beg of you to send the message and let the message continue to go. Listen to this security alert and make sure you don't just swallow it yourself. This is very, very important. All right, we must continue. So, we are going to start our messages from here so that Biafrans will understand what is happening. So, we want to give you update first. Explosion is rocking in Bakassi installation as we speak now. And 9 people of the terrorists have been taken down. By what? By Biafra Liberation Army, by the Biafra Navy section that is in charge of that very area. So, for those of you that are complaining that we are not touching the governors, it seems you don't even understand what Biafra Liberation is all about. Biafra Liberation is working like a TikTok machine. A TikTok machine. A TikTok machine. It is going. It is contagious. It is going contagiously like a virus. And you feel the ripple effect left, right, center. So if you think that you are not feeling the ripple effect of Biafra Liberation or the WOTOWOTO in your area today, man, sorry about that, please. If you think that you're not feeling the ripple effect of this WOTOWOTO in this liberation mode, I tell you, maybe before you finish saying it that you don't feel it, you'll be feeling it, because the people in your communities will be telling you what is happening. So wake up from your slumber, because we are dealing with the zoo terrorists. If we were not dealing with the zoo terrorists, you will not hear the scorecard coming from the Nigerian army chiefs. The Nigerian army chiefs are working in pari passu with the terrorist enablers, which are the governors and the senators and the ministers, the House of Assembly members, and the paramount rulers, the commissioners, and everything, the chiefs that you have in your communities. That's why I said, if you don't feel the ripple effect from one point of these non-entities, you will feel it from the other side. And if the resonance frequency is not also felt in your area, just wait. Before you finish, say that the resonance frequency is not felt of this liberation in your side. Before you talk and finish, you go feel them. Because your senators, your ministers, your governors, your House of Assembly members, your police and Air Force and Navy and Army, your vigilantes, your commissioners, your village chiefs, and all the sabos that you have in your areas, they will be telling you what you did not hear before. So you don't need to shake body too much. What Biafra Liberation are doing since the unveiling and the launching of the Biafra Liberation Army in Helsinki, since the 2023 Biafra Helsinki Declaration 2023, if you have not seen anything and if you are still blind, go and look for one Babalawo that will open your ear and open your eye for you to see well and understand what is happening. Is it an easy thing for the Senate President of a country to sit down and confess that the potency of Biafran Republic government under the leadership of Mazi Simon Ekpa has locked up the mouth and the power of the governors? That Mazi Simon Ekpa is now the governor, the president of the Biafra land. That he finds it so uneasy that he himself, as a Senate President of a country, will have to stay inside the house, cannot travel to Southeast, his own homeland, cannot go to his Biafra land when Simon Ekpa declares a sit at home. Do you know what that means? That is the Senate President of a country, where decisions are made in your country, where they sit down to sign papers of how they will deploy army, how they will deploy terrorists to come into your communities and to bomb you. and to butcher your women into pieces. And then you are coming up with a resistance force against them. So if you are not feeling this, explain to us if you are a human being or if you are dumb. If you are not also feeling the army chiefs coming to the House of Assembly to narrate and talk to the senators and confess the firepower of Biafra Liberation Army, if you're not seeing and you're not understanding anything, then you are still deaf, dumb, and blind. So we want you to wake up and come back. Before we continue, let's give mic to Mazi 247. Oh, he's back on seat now. Mazi 247, say hi to Biafrans before we continue, please.
Hi to Biafrans.
Now say le to Biafrans.
Le.
Okay, do it your own way now.
Okay, my own way. Okay. I greet you, my honorable minister, and all the ministers in the house. I greet all of you. And all Biafrans out there, I greet you all with WOTOWOTO love. Yes, WOTOWOTO love. I greet you all. And I greet our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, our leader, who we are expecting to see this coming Friday, in 5 days' time, by the special grace of God, because they don't get any choice but to let him go. But if they think otherwise, we will still do otherwise. And we must remember the sit at home from 15th to 19th. It is still active. Two things. One, for the unconditional release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Secondly, we are rejecting and resisting being pronounced or recognized as an Islamic nation. We must remember. So it is very, very necessary. We know what we are doing, why we are doing whatever we are doing. I greet all of you once again. God bless you all as we move on. Let us give our ears to our brother. They will.
Thank you, Machineke, for being back on seat. Very hot. The way you come back, so you hot well. Like say we should go inside that place every time, so that when you come back, you go hot like that. So before we quench the heat, we still deliberate from your shine head. So I beg, see this thing waiting for screen. You know, say some people they say they know they feel waiting what they do. They never they hear and well. So explain to them with what you see, the report on the screen, whether they think will enter their head.
All right. No verse for me. Which one? Explosion rock oil installation in Bakassi. Kill 9 JB. This is JB. What do you mean? JBS.
That is a situation report that just came in now from Bakassi. That is 5 minutes ago.
Huh.
So
those who are complaining that we are not touching the governors, do you have templates? We have what you are. We know what you are doing. You have to level the ground. Their time will come. We are busy continuing their shield, cutting their shield first. Yes, now, you know, say one thing with our PM, be saying no, they talk too much, but if they do too much, our people, like if people get sense, our PM don't tell you, say, no expect me to come into conventional war with you. I don't want. All I want is you come out for my house. And I go do everything possible, humanly, demonly, pastorally, traditional pastorally, good personally, bad personally, possible to chase you out of my land. And if you look at what is happening today, it is happening, as he just said. So everything they work according to plan, according to purpose. You know, say for Bible, you say all things work for good according to I don't forehand. All things work for good for the purpose of for them that love Jesus Christ. Abi, battle cry, I get them. Battle cry, you know the talk. I get them.
It be like say you get them. I see that thing fly for media one day where they preach.
Yeah, you get them.
You get them.
All things work for good for those who love Biafra.
Yes.
So all things are working for our own.
247. I
Eh?
thought you were saying for those that love God according to Bible. If to say na Biafra you talk, I don't answer you since now.
Now mouth I talk, my mouth will shift. Now it does.
Now,
It does.
that is Romans chapter 8, verse 28.
Read them for me. And God
He
said,
says,
Yes.
He says,
All things.
and we know that all things work together for the good to those who love God, to those who
it's
are
okay.
called.
Hold up there. All things work for good to those who love Biafra, to those who work towards the restoration of Biafra, to those who believe in freedom, to those, and another thing, all things work for destruction to those who are working against the restoration of Biafra, to those who are blackmailing Biafra restoration. Like I was saying before, we don't get choice but to fight for Biafra. If you look at people that are complaining, do this, if you go into their profile, whether you get spiritual eye to go into their spiritual profile, you go still say they are not supporting what we are doing. It go dey difficult for anybody when they support what we are doing to tell you, hey, you are not fighting, you are not killing governor. Why will you go and kill governor? Paralyze the governor. When you paralyze the governor, as Imo State today, where your governor dey for Imo State, they sleep for another country, and then now Abuja no even dey well for them. Every day they kidnap them for Abuja. You see Abari, but the other day they cry for, we are not safe even outside. You are not safe inside, you are not safe outside. So our PM knows what he's doing. The only thing you need to do now to support him. If you no get money, you get mouth. If you no get mouth, you get leg. If you no get leg, you must get something where you could take support. Support our PM in any way. The Bakassi, they tell you say it don't explode. All you workers are living on daily basis. They are not telling you that one. The so-called Nigerian government, they are not telling you that not only oil workers, all the industries, all the investors that they waka comot one by one. You see Tinubu go there, beg them, come now, I will give you cooking gas. After all, I'm supplying Nigerians with the cooking gas. That they laugh am. Everybody they laugh am. He make himself go, no be good, go to still get respect. I don't know whether an auntie make himself, they talk, president, they talk, people they laugh am. You see, the only thing I will tell us be say, let us stay focused. Whatever we are doing that has been working is working. And I want us to know that that person that have been piloting this movement ever since they kidnapped Mazen Nanekalo to this moment, he has never made a mistake. Let us still trust him. Let us still keep rallying around him, following him. When he be like, say, he weak, we go push him up. Thank you, Mazi.
Thank you, Wachineke. Mazi Batukrai, some people are complaining that they are not seeing the firepower or they're not feeling the heat because some of them expected that as we go just start, we will just go hold the governors for their neck, begin to cut them with knife. I beg, explain some of the things where Biafran Liberation Army don't do so that some people where they dumb and deaf, we make some of the governors know they sleep again for Southeast. They run, they go Abuja. Now, even for Abuja, we see they go meet them for Abuja. So Biafra land is not habitable for them. Abuja too is not habitable for them. I don't know where they will put their head. So all these people are saying that we're not going after the governor. I don't know if they are even following up what we are doing. So please educate some of them tomorrow.
All hail Biafrans. Viewers and lovers of Biafrans, lovers of freedoms, from the time or from day one, we all know that this present zoological governors, especially the ones in the southeast, that are very gullible. When I say gullible, all of them, they are glorified cowards. Okay, so it's better for them to swallow the shame than to make maybe the Biafra Republic government in exile to take the glory. But instead of them to swallow the pain or swallow the shame, it's hitting them badly. How can you say that they are not getting the heat, or we are not steering the furnace of fire? No. Let me tell you, there is fire on the mountain. There is fire on the mountain as it is now. What do you think that prompted the chief of army staff to go to the red chamber or red carpet, whatever they call it, to go and say that Prime Minister Mattis is sabotaging their work in the southeast? Do you know to what extent it has hurt them? Do you know to what extent it has hit them? But they are just pampering, passion, trying to see how they can maintain their momentum, maintain their respect to the public. The thing has gone haywire, has gone beyond ridicule, make them to wear black bangle to identify their fallen heroes. No, not their fallen heroes. They are fallen terrorists. That's where you can even notice that this thing they are wearing, this black bangle they are wearing on their arm, shows that a lot of their terrorists has fallen. So, and we have recorded number of them. If you follow our PM constantly on the Twitter, you can see where he constantly making it known that Biafra Liberation Army has neutralized, Biafra Resistance Fighter has neutralized them, and being a lot of them, they have their own department, they have their own maybe operation, their operation of de facto government on every region. They are neutralizing the zoo terrorist army on a daily basis. Today, do you know how many they neutralized? They neutralized 20, but you cannot see it in the zoo media. It is impossible, because they were cautioned in the zoo media, do not give this Samuel Ekpa a wink. Do not give him a name. Do not popularize him. But you see, time will come. Time will come. If not now, just in a very short period, you will be hearing the music, and they will be putting it on their media. If they have been able to put some certain news about the Prime Minister, his operation, and how he has been, eliminating some of the terrorists that are coming to kill in Biafra land, they came at this last period to say it. That's to tell you, the operation and the directive of the Prime Minister has gone haywire, and the Soludo is feeling it now. Hope Uzodinma is feeling it now. When Hope Uzodinma organized weapon from Islamic country, somewhere, I don't know, somewhere in Asia, to be imported in Imo State, it was trapped. And that was a total disgrace to him. He cannot see it in his Zoom media. He cannot see it anywhere. But all these things, Biafra Republic government in exile have intelligence in the Biafra de facto government in whole land. But the thing is that the thing we are doing, we are waiting for them to start giving us or giving the public record of what we are doing. Our own is being handled by the Prime Minister according to his Twitter handle. So whatever you see there is what is happening in the background. Whatever you see on the Twitter page of the Prime Minister is what is happening in the background. So the zoo cannot even carry out the same news and publish on their own space. Because if you watch, when the Prime Minister announced the database was when the zoo government saw it on his Twitter and tried to emulate to bring up the database system. So everything he says, they like to like copy the one that will suit them and they drop the one that will not suit them. So don't think that nothing is not good. Even ask Dave Omahi the kind of trouble he received or the kind of heat he received. Ask Soludo the kind of heat he's receiving. Ask Peter Mba of Enugu State, the woman snatcher, the heat is getting now. Ask also Okezi Azu at his own time, the heat he got. So all these things, they will not tell you, but there is something they are getting that is more beyond ridicule, that cannot be, beared. So relax your mind. Things are coming soon. There are more better things to see in the coming days, in the coming months. Okay, but we're just waiting for this court hearing. After this court hearing, if it goes on well, if it doesn't go on well, you will see a different dimension of it. So relax your mind.
Thank you, Mwachineke. Thank you, Mwachineke.
Yes.
Ada Biafra Betty, look at the PM's tweet, and this is where I want you to focus on. We are busy cutting their shield first. That is where I want you to focus and expatiate. Now I'm going to bring something to the screen so that it will make you to be more elaborate in your reportage or in your deliberation. Now, this is a shield. I want you to explain to Biafrans what a shield serves as for someone that is using a shield, and for what reason that person decided to use a shield. And then, when our PMs said in that tweet that we are busy cutting their shield. So now, what are we going to achieve by cutting their shield? And to what danger awaits the person that is using a shield that is being cut by the number? What awaits that person at the end of the day? Thank you. Carry the mic, please.
Okay. Hello, my people. Once more, I thank my minister for information, to have given me this opportunity. I mean, this opportunity is very wonderful to me because it is bringing me closer to my people, and I'm a proudly Biafran. So from what I understand shield to mean is a protective measure. Shield is produced from metal, and during Roman war, they used most of this type of shield, and the logo shows the people using it. So when you see this shield, you know that somebody is coming to attack you, and they know that you will attack them back. So what they will use this shield to do is to protect themselves, so that whatever you throw at them will not work. But by the virtue of technology and the development of all the technologies these days, there's a kind of bullet that can cut through this shield and hit the person that is using it. Now, the Fulanese are using the governors as a light shield to cover the atrocities they are committing in Biafra land, so that people will keep saying, oh, are they going to be able to govern themselves? So they are hiding behind the governors as a shield to kill us. And the governors in turn are using the honest men we have in our place, who have no other choice than to become their immediate shield. So this shield, once you destroy it, you will definitely get at the person using it, and maybe the second person behind that person using the shield. So for you to get the person, you must first of all cut that shield, following what our Prime Minister said here. We know what we are doing. You have to level the ground. Their time will come. So when we must have finished with the shield, cutting off that shield and destroying their shield, we must have leveled that ground, and we will get at the people using the shield. So my people, what all these things I'm saying means, all my going round and round, is that we need to be resilient, patient, focused, and watch. It's like what was said in Psalm 91. He said, 1,000 will fall at your side, 10,000 at your right hand, but it will not come near you. Only with your eyes will you behold to see the reward of the wicked. So these wicked people using this shield, using our own brothers to harm us, and those using those governors, to get at us, all of them, their time is coming. We will see what will happen to them. And I can assure you that because shield naturally is made of metal, it will take some time. But since we are focused, we will definitely cut those shields and get to the users. If I am close to being correct, my minister, please confirm. So my people, we must do it together. As I said earlier on, we cannot achieve, especially our Prime Minister, he cannot achieve that alone. You people know that when you want to cut down a tree, you have to buy a very good chainsaw that will cut down that tree. And it is not one person that does it, especially an Iroko tree. So joining it with what I have explained, we need to support our Prime Minister to cut down this shield that is protecting the governors and those sending them. Yes. So I don't know how else I can put it better, but we all know that something is.
Thank you. Yes. You did well. You did well. Thank you so much. Thank you. So
thank you.
We are cutting their shield. Yes. We are cutting their tails, cutting their legs, cutting their hands, cutting their heads off, cutting everything. Because as far as they are coming to kill Biafrans, kill our baby, kill our women and children, they must be cut to pieces. Now we have, and like Ada Biafra said, for us to be able to achieve all those, we need more funds, we need more guns and bullets, so that Biafra land can be safer, so that our men can be well equipped. The Prince, welcome to the studio. And as you just join us, this is what we want you to explain to Biafrans. You see these weapons here? These ones, let me reduce the zoom a bit. I thank God say no person carry them for hand, because YouTube go say, why do you show people carrying weapon for hand? This one weapon there for ground, no? YouTube, we they show a weapon for ground, no be for hand they carry them. YouTube na mad people. they go sanction our channel, say because we they show people we carry weapon for hand. This one no be for hand, no. Breaking. Some of the weapons recovered from the terrorist Ebubago in Old Anambra. Today, the Biafra resistance fighters has opened the Anambra front after the terrorists killed that little child in Iyala, Uli. Tell the criminal and the illegitimate Soludo to go and collect their guns and go and collect their smelling dead bodies. They killed that baby and they thought we would let them go just like that. So, Mazi the Prince, explain to them, because they say, some of them say they are not hearing the WOTOWOTO, they are not getting the fire. Explain to them how these weapons that we display here came and what Biafran resistance fighters have done. We told them that nobody will be killed in Biafra land, and then you go again just like that. Biafra Liberation Army was unveiled for a purpose, to defend Biafra territory. So if the governors that we have, in one way or another, enable you to go and massacre any Biafran, more than 100 of you will go down. The Prince, are you there?
Yes, I am here.
Okay, pick the mic, please. Elaborate on this and let Biafrans understand the achievements and the super work that the Biafran Liberation Army are doing and why they need to support BLA, BRF, BNL, and BAF, and Simon Ekpa, the Prime Minister, and the Biafran Republic government in exile and the de facto government in the homeland. Thank you. Carry the mic, please.
Thank you, the Minister. Thank you, Ugo 247. Thank you, everyone in the studio. I greet you all for this moment and this privilege to speak with the great people of Biafra. You see, when we started, they say there's a online freedom fighters. They call us all sorts of names, and we continue. And our leader MNK doing all he can to make sure that our people are protected, launched the ESN, Eastern Security Network, to protect our women and our children and our grandfathers and fathers that are aged, going to farm, to provide for themselves what the government cannot provide for them to sustain their life. They call us, they think we are joking, and they went and kidnapped our leader. After kidnapping our leader, they feel, yes, they have won the battle, that they can do anything they want. In Anambra election, our people were told not to vote. But on the other hand, they voted. After voting, Soludo was given the mandate to govern the people of Anambra, old Anambra State, because Anambra is no longer what it used to be. What did Soludo did? He hired people, and those people he hired at the back are killing women and children. Look at that boy of 3 years that they shot on the tummy and waste him as if he is nobody. And today, those people, since fourth, not even today, since fourth, those people that wasted that boy have been hearing the music and they have been dancing the music. I want to send this message to Soludo. Soludo should know that we are now in Anambra to fish out those who killed that small boy. This thing you see here that is displayed on the ground are called pump action. Our men doesn't use pump action. We use sophisticated guns. Sophisticated one, that is what our PM brought for us to use. AK-49 and others, machine gun, not even AK-47. So, As many as they are, Soludo, know it that Anambra will not be the same again. Those men will leave Anambra or they live in body bags. We cannot condone anyone coming to our land again to kill our women and children and go scot-free. It can never happen again. Those days are gone when they will come and kill our women and children and they will go scot-free. It will never happen again. As it stands now, Biafra land is on our hand. Biafran territory is on BRGIE hand and de facto government. Our Biafran government in exile and the Biafra de facto government in homeland. So those two in our land, using all these people to commit crimes, there will be no more. I listened to one of them calling one man from Lagos, telling him that our own commander is the one calling, that he has problem with some businessmen in Lagos, that he should buy them granuts so that they will cover the case. We don't do such business. But once they noticed the person they are talking to is very strong in heart and can never fall to their tricks, they quickly drop the call. We know everything they are doing, both the kidnapping and all that. These are the guns used by those people to kill our people, and today they have paid the price, and that is how they will be continue paying the price. And all the security men in the zoo killing our people, escorting money from every road, will continue pay the price until they leave our land. Thank you, my minister, for this opportunity.
Thank you, Mwachineke. Thank you so much. We must continue. Let's go to another report just to give them a complete and a concise report of how many of their men we neutralize, so that they will get it very clear and understand it very well. Okay. Soludo, you know, when we give you situation report like this is not the final, because some people will run away with injuries. At the end of the day, when we later confirm the numbers, the casualties, the fallen angels, the fallen criminals and terrorists will increase. So this is from the office of the Prime Minister, that Biafra resistant fighters neutralized 15 of the Soludo terrorists in Odumegu state of the United States of Biafra this morning. Many weapons were recovered, and you have seen us display them. Odumegu is new Biafra state, created from the old Anambra. And that you must understand. We want you people to understand very well that whoever said Biafra will not come in this our own time, that person is digging his or our own grave. The best thing you could do for yourself is for you to just do what? Where you see BRGIE, run, go meet them. Where you see Biafra Liberation Army, open road for them. Go and bring your 1 naira, 2 naira, 3 naira, $1 $5 10 20 50 100 200 that you have. Bring them all to BRGIE, because that is the only way you can be saved. With that said, and with the situation report that you have seen, for those that were saying, oh, we are not working on the zoo terrorist governors, our PM told you that you don't even understand what is happening. That means you are blind. And to give you a tip of an iceberg, he told you that we are cutting their shields to pieces. Like Ada Biafra explained to you people, shield is used for protection. Whoever is using shield is trying to use a defense mechanism so that you will not get at the person. He knows that you are coming with weapons to kill him or her. So he's taking a shield to protect his or herself. And exceptionally, and that Biafra made you to understand that in this present dispensation of technology, that there are weapons that can still destroy the shield. And the Biafran people are implementing that strategy of using something that would destroy that your shield, which you thought is more protective for you than any other thing. So, you that is using the shield, the governors that are using the shield, and then we are destroying your shield, cutting it to pieces. What will happen to you when we finish cut the shield? What will you use to protect yourself after we don't cut the shield? Come on. For us, cutting the shield, we are coming for you. That is why we are cutting the shield. So as we cut the shield finish, what happens is that we get at you. So if you are not feeling it and you're not seeing it, please go back and ask the army chiefs, the police chiefs, the Air Force chiefs, the naval chiefs, all the chiefs, criminals of one Nigeria, the terrorists that came to the National Assembly to complain and give a situation report of the firepower of Biafra Liberation Army. Go back and ask them what happened that you people had to cry back to the National Assembly, the people that have been funding you to aid terrorism in Biafra land. You see, something have just happened that has opened the nyash of one Nigeria. Let us bring you people to another thing. You see, the title of this our media broadcast today is More Reasons Why You Must Support Biafra, support BRGIE, under the leadership of our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa. More reasons why you must support Biafran Liberation Army. More reasons why you must support Biafran resistance fighters. More reasons why you must support Biafran Navy. More reasons why you must support the Biafran Air Force. More reasons why you must support the defense force of Biafra. Every armed forces that are fighting to make sure that Nigeria is destroyed and Biafra is restored. If we do not destroy Nigeria, they will continue to destroy our women and children. They will rape, they will cut to pieces, they will cut off heads, they will butcher, they will take out babies inside our mother's womb and use them for rituals. They will sell off all our organs. Do you imagine when senators sit down to sign documents with Bill Gates just to sell off organs of potential human beings that have not even come to be alive? They sell off organs of children that are even inside the womb of a mother. They sign documents. Senators of Nigeria sign documents to sell off your organs, your potential organs that are even coming to be. I'm not talking of you that is alive, oh. You that is alive, that is selling akara, pushing trucks, selling pure water in Nigeria. I'm not even talking of your own intestine. I am talking of a baby that has not even come to the planet Earth yet, who is still inside the baby, who is still inside the womb, forming, coming up every day. Your senators signed papers with American criminals just to do what? Because of money, sell off your organs. So before the baby comes in, baby that they now put to bed in the hospital, the mother has been aching for over 9 hours to push a baby to come out. After good 9 months in sun and in rain, in pains and penury, with all the suffering, with how hard and deteriorating Nigerian system has been, a mother will suffer for good 9 months. And then a baby is put to bed. All of a sudden, you hear that your baby is dead. The baby did not, you hear of stillborn, that the baby did not make it alive. They will develop something else and then they will show to you, whereas they have taken the baby and then do the way they like to do with the people they had the contract with. Could you imagine that there is a kidney illegal transplant and removal in Abuja? In a hospital where they say that there is Ministry of Health in one Nigeria. That is why one Nigeria is a crime scene. We must join our hands and destroy one Nigeria. If we want our women and children to be alive, you must support Mazi Simon Ekpa. This man that has become their nightmare. This man that has become the hottest stone on their scrotum. They tried to swallow him, but they could not. They kidnapped Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and then it became the worst nightmare to them. We thank God for Chukwukike for giving up Mazi Simon Ekpa. let us show you something else. More reasons why you must come and join hands with us to destroy one Nigeria. More reasons why you must stand up and do whatever you can to destroy one Nigeria. This is the drug baron president that you have. In a country where you say that there is a president, you see this man here? Some of you voted him into power, right? Some of you voted him into power. We want you to understand what is happening now. Your women and children were bombed to death. Whether they were Fulani women or no Fulani women, there is no justification whatsoever to bomb women and children. Unarmed women and children. There is no justification for that. Bombing unarmed women and children. There is no justification because there is no rule of engagement. There is no rule of law. There is no justification whatsoever that an army personnel or a security personnel should go and engage women and children or men that are unarmed.
Jesus Christ.
Not coming to kill them. Now look at what your president said. You people voted him into power, right? This is why we say you need to join your hands and make Biafra a reality in your own time.
What is this?
Before your women and children are now taken as another sacrifice for the terrorists. This is what a president of a country can tell you. He went to visit people in Borno State where there were also casualties of terrorism. What did he say? He said that military bombing of Kaduna terrorists decided by God, otherwise it would have been...
It wouldn't have happened.
So it is the will of God. There are Fulani terrorists in army uniform and in Air Force and police and Navy will massacre you people every day. This is the president of the country.
This is a similar statement made by Garba when he was in the Asorok. He said people are talking about killing people, that terrorists, Fulani herdsmen, killing, as if there has not been killing before. That killing had been happened. So what Garba was saying, that killing in the Zoological Republic had been a tradition and culture. So if you kill, it doesn't matter. Look at somebody who was former EFCC chairman, Nunu Ribadu. What he said about this Kaduna bombing, gripped my heart. Do you know what he said? He said that killing and bombing and killings happen in the Kaduna has happened. Let us move on. That's what he said on a Zoo newspaper. Former EFCC chairman. The thing baffles me. I say, what? These people have made people's life miserable and inconsequential. How can he say that the bombing and killing in Kaduna has happened? Let us move on, because none of his relatives is affected, none of his children is affected, nobody, colleague or maybe counterpart related or associated to him is affected. He said, let us move on. So whoever that is killed doesn't mean anything. The former governor of Kaduna, El-Rufai, said when the Fulani and the Boko Haram captured some victims and kept them in their custody, the same man said, even if it matters to kill everybody in the custody, both the victim and the terrorists, that it doesn't matter anything, just to make sure that they crush the Fulani or maybe the Boko Haram. You know the implication or maybe the interpretation of what he just said. He's saying that in case if the army go after the terrorists that are keeping their victim in hostage, they might even capture some of them alive, and the people they will capture alive will be the people that will leak their secret, that will reveal who sent them or who is sponsoring them, who is bankrolling them. Okay, so that is why the former Kaduna governor El-Rufai said, even if it matters to kill the hostage and the terrorists, that it doesn't matter anything. He's afraid that when the army go after the terrorists, it's possible they might capture some of their leaders whom the Kaduna government, the El-Rufai himself is sponsoring, so that those Boko Haram will not testify against him if they are being captured red-handed. These people are mad, they are insane. Look at what somebody called a leader is saying. Military bombing of Kaduna residents decided by God. Otherwise, it wouldn't have happened. So, oh Jesus Christ of Nazareth, what is the meaning of this? I beg, Minister, carry go.
My minister, you see, these same people that are saying all these things are crying that Israel are committing war crime. These same people, they are crying that Israel is committing war crime, but they are committing worse than worse crime. If you go to FFK, what is his called? This Yoruba idiot that our leader said, if you give him an envelope, he will sing the praises of Satan. If you go to his wall, you will see where he is crying that Israel is this. Yes, that Israel is doing that, Israel is doing this. He's one of the people that says the same thing that his brother said here on this news. But nobody is complaining. But they are complaining that Israel is doing this and doing that. So these people are all the same. They are all the same thing. But thank God for our leader MNK and the Prime Minister. My minister, we must do everything possible to make sure we have our mandates, and that our own mandate is Biafra and nothing else. Thank you.
You're welcome, my brother.
Ada Biafra, you have something to say. 247, you have something to say. 247, your end was wobbling. That's why we muted you, because we said you should mute, but you were not there. Ada Biafra, pick the mic after you give 247.
Okay. So, my people, you know, when you have one problem, just count the solution of it as a second problem. The nitty-gritty of what we are saying is the reason why we have to continue fighting for our cause, which is restoring Biafra. When our leader, when you have two things, or when a man marries two wives, he will be able to compare. I am very, very sure that those who sold Onyendu, whatever is their reason, and those who demanded that Onyendu should be brought back to them, I am very, very sure, cross my heart, that they will now see the differences between Onyendu and our Prime Minister. Under 2 years, because we all remember that Onyendu was renditioned from Kenya to Nigeria in year 2021, June. And in February 2022, our Prime Minister set out for a vote of confidence or vote of no confidence on the DOS. That was February last year. So from that time till now, the speed, you know, we didn't name ourselves autopilot. They started calling us autopilot because of the rate and speed at which our Prime Minister was going. I'm sure that if you ask those who sold Onyendu and those who bought his return illegally, if you give them our Prime Minister and Onyendu, I'm sure they will tell you that they prefer Onyendu to be there. Because What you people have seen within this short period of time will go to ring that bell to you that Onyendu said to us, go and listen to Simon Ekpa. He is bringing a new dimension to this awareness we are making. Share his video to all platforms so that it will keep going viral. So Onyendu, everybody now knows that Onyendu is like a nice water compared to our heated prime minister, who is not taking it easy with anyone. Though Onyendu is a very focused man, very intelligent, very, very focused. He knew what he wanted for us because our Onyendu is not materialistic. He doesn't have mansion. He doesn't drive limousine. He's not Onyendu aburo onye anyukwu, but anyukwu Onyendu is for our happiness. That's why he is where he is today. And if Onyendu is that kind of materialistic man, with all the promises they have been making him, he would have just come out. But because Onyendu is a very strong, steady, and a man with mental, personal attitude, you know, or personal mental attitude, PMA, Onyendu is still there because of us. But with speed, our prime minister, he is moving our mountain for us. But we should all know that anything in this dispensation, in fact, those who built house in year 2016 and 17, that amount of money they applied in building those buildings cannot do the foundation alone this time around. So you people will know that everything, you know, has skyrocketed in terms of price. So our prime minister, you cannot say to me, oh, what is he doing with the money? Why are we talking about money? Fagwa unu ego na na-ele ofu ife ndị ba iji anụ agha. Una amali ego ne a ga-eji wee gote wee nye 1,000 and something soldiers. The people he unveiled during the Helsinki conference. So our Onyendu, he's just like a softie to our prime minister, who is a barrister, a military man, and a family man, a politician as well. The way he does things, anything our prime minister Choimebu, Biafra dey like all this Dubai, a country you will be very proud of. He is doing everything systematically, and he likes to modernize things. You know, he does things in accordance with what Onyendu wants, but with speed, without all this Ndinzama. Those who sold him, they are not even talking about Onyendu's release. Oh, anytime they will be telling you, if anybody picks call from that thing in Finland and gives to any commander, he will be executed. That is the only thing China Samuru knows how to do best, or the DOS in general. But this is a man who will sit here with his cabinet members, plan to do something, and they will do it. Anybody that watched that Finland, that very day, I almost went crazy because my head was swelling up every minute. How he organized everything with his cabinet ministers. And this is just a tip of iceberg, because when the real Biafra will come, everybody will be filled with goosebumps, because our prime minister, he is coming with good intention, you know. So we are going round and round to make everybody understand that we have something at hand and that thing has to be moved forward. Because those people in Lagos, if you know how much they have lost to Yorubas, uncompensated, if you ask them tomorrow to go and rebuild that house, you will know that they are all billionaires. Another money will come out. But they don't want to apply even $1,000 or $500 to what we are doing. To achieve Biafra is not by making noise or by living 24 hours on the internet. It is by, this. This is what it all requires. And this preaching, we are doing it because we have to do it, but we don't need to be preached to because we are seeing it. What Igbo people say, "Ane-ekwu-ekwu, ane-eme-eme."
Thank you, Ada.
You are seeing what he's doing.
You don't run up. You don't cap up the story with that. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you, my people.
Thank you. All right. Objectively, we want Biafran people and lovers of freedom and those watching us to understand the reasons why you need to support what we are doing. The reasons why you need to remember Massacre, BLA, and BRGIE, and all the armed forces of Biafra. And then, if you were seated on the fence, you come down. You bring all that you have. Because if a president of a country is telling you that it is the will of God that those women and children were bombed, be it that they were terrorist women and children, be it that they were wives of terrorist women and children, be it that they were men of terrorists, be it that they were Christians or non-Christians, be it that they were Biafrans or non-Biafrans, the fact that they had no weapons on them is against the rules of engagement. So if a president of a country is telling you that military is bombing these people, that it is the will of God, we want this same president and everything that answers Nigeria to understand that Biafran Liberation Army, Biafran Republic government in exile and de facto in the government, fighting for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and also destroying this same terrorist military that he's talking about, that it is the will of God also for us to destroy them. Because we will not fold our arms and then wait and see this is will of God of military terrorists going to kill women and children in another place. Then we will allow him to send the same women of God, of military and army, to come and kill our own women and men and children. At the end of the day, then you come out and say it is the will of God. No! Which part of the Bible say that it is not the will of God for human beings to perish? No, the Bible talk. Oh, okay, but now that they want to quote their own part of the Bible, they say it is the will of God that the army terrorists had to bomb the women and children. Unarmed women and children, not just women and children, unarmed, people that had nothing to fight. They were not attacking, they were not in any situation or any way of advancing to go and attack. They had no knives, they had no guns, they had no sticks for you to say, oh, when we saw them from the microscope, we projected and saw that they had arms and ammunition in their hands. But they did not have anything. You bombed them. It is not the first time. It is not the second. This has been happening since 2017 to this very day. So tell me if you are still on the fence and you're not waking up to come to the understanding that if a president of a country is already backing up what the terrorist army did in Kaduna, why wouldn't you come down to come and support Biafra? Mas, you go carry the mic. Let me put this thing on the screen as you bring it.
Yes, it is the will of God, though. Only in Nigeria that this kind of thing will be the will of God. You see, that same Kaduna where they bomb barely 1 week, On the weekend, on the Saturday, close that door, you go away from there. I think that was the bombing happened maybe Wednesday or Sunday, Saturday or Friday. Then before 1 week, within 1 week, the same terrorists went to that same Kaduna. This post, if you look, you go see the date, 9th of December, on 9th. They went there, they drove away so many people. You know why? Not because they do, they no agree kidnap them again because not because they refuse to pay, because they don't have money to pay tax. Now your Nigeria daily be this you. So why is it not the will of God? It's the will of God. Because it's only in Nigeria that the government of Nigeria knows, say, terrorists, they in charge of some locals, some community in a state, yet they are not pumping them. And they will still come and tell you, say, they look for terrorists. I will show you. Wait, make a look for them. Because when would they talk, people know they agree. Only in Nigeria, they will tell you that they are looking for the terrorists. That terrorists are doing this, terrorists are doing that. Thank God I see them.
Now, say video.
Now, they will tell you that terrorists they are looking for terrorists. They want to kill all of them. They are going into Sambisa forest. They want to go and catch the terrorists. Ask yourself, when terrorists, you know where they even get office only in Nigeria. Master, sorry, put that video, make they listen. It's only in Nigeria that terrorists have secretariats, collect tax, yet they go tell you say that they look for terrorists. Make we listen.
And I've seen videos of people being whipped, able-bodied men being flogged because they failed to pay the tax that they were levied by bandits or Boko Haram in some parts of Nigeria. So, in exchange for protection, you pledge your allegiance, your loyalty to them, and whatever sum of money they tell you to pay, you will agree to pay so that you can have your peace, so that you can have access to your farms, so that you don't get attacked. This is not new. The police have to go and sit down and stop deceiving us that.
He said this is not new. It's not even news again. It don't become the way of the people. In a country where they tell you, say, it's will of God for aeroplane to go and bomb people because they are looking for terrorists. The same terrorists you are looking for have office. Only in Nigeria, I hear with my ear say, terrorists get office. They collect tax. In the morning, if you open your own secretariat, terrorists go open their terrorist secretariat. That is what they call Sharialization, Fulanization, Islamization. Yet, pay money to save your life. You say no. You want to go and build mansion. Listen to it. There are many of them, many of these incidents in many different videos. But just listen to this one. Listen.
Oh, as if this sort of thing has never happened. It has happened. It has happened and it is still happening. Bello Turji in the northwest of our country is one of the three most prominent bandit leaders. And Bello Turji is in the habit of appointing district heads for communities under his control.
And I know what in the community head, traditional rulers, not terrorists that appoint who be traditional rulers. May God that they listen, support Biafra, say no.
Just the same way that Boko Haram was appointing Amir and other people for communities under their command. So there is now a very thin difference between Boko Haram terrorists and the ubiquitous bandits of northern Nigeria. In terms of modus operandi, they are extremely similar. In terms of the capability of their fighters, they are similar. Because in the past, no one would believe that bandits could shoot down an aircraft. And we are saying that it has bandits shot down an Alpha jet in down Sadao Forest area of Zamfara State last year. And we've seen another one happen this year. So it's not, these things are not new.
They are not new. Na normal thing. Where we say if it happen, na normal thing. So when you hear your Jagaban tell you say military bombing Kaduna residents decided by God, not even is the will of God, decided by God. Of course, because them Fulanese, they are the gods of that country where you call Nigeria. No, that is why when I look at people praying to God for Nigeria, and they see foolishness. Now Bible call am folly. And they see foolishness. You go see a man wey dey learned, you go school, you sabi eat food, you sabi hustle for money, you go kneel down, they pray make God to bless Nigeria. Listen, nothing good will ever come out of that place where you call your country. Country where don't destroy, country where no dey in the presence of God. Just look at the way the president dey talk. I be think say na somebody write am, I no know say na him write am. Tinubu, God forbid that I will be a member of, I will belong to a country like this. Nothing where person no dey see, nothing. Only Nigeria pardons terrorists, reintegrate them into society, employ them to become governors, presidents.
I beg, bring the other publication. Share it again on the screen. I want to take a screenshot. The other one you put before that publication of Daily Post. Continue your talk.
Okay. Yeah. Is that so? When we talk, people know they agree, people know they listen. How can a president of a country, you call them, I don't know when a country on a country, how can a president of a country open mouth say the people where you bomb? And by the way, I saw another one. I don't know who posted, whether na PM. I did busy throughout today. I said, me say, let us leave Kaduna. We have dwelled too much on Kaduna bombing. We have to move on. Of course, you have to move on. They have bombed the people. Why are we hammering on this? We know be Kaduna people. No. We know be their brothers. No. But I want you to know the meaning of Sharialization, Fulanization, Islamization. Is bombing Kaduna, you paying tax to terrorists, and when you don't pay, you be ready to run away from your community. Like a video I saw in Kenya, they come to one community, they will ask all the people in that community, are you ready to give your life to Islamization or no? If you say no, they give you 24 hours to pack out of that community. And when they secured one community, they will move into the next community. This is the strategy they are using to make sure they push everybody out of the community. And we are here. We don't want to fight for our freedom. Like my sister said before, if you ask all these people, fools, that their houses were demolished in Lagos, to pay money for another plot of water, not land, for another plot of water so that they could fill and build their house, they will pay. but sponsor their freedom. Where are you going to run to? Those that build houses in Abuja now are running for their lives. Even the senators that told you is the most secure place are now telling you they are scared of their lives. They kidnap anybody, everybody in Abuja. No way to hide, no way to run to, nowhere to go unless you build. Listen, the best place to be and stay is your own house. If you build very well, build your house very well, you will be sure that if you are inside the house, nothing will happen. You see, when they were bombing Israel, because Israel prepared and they run into shelter. If you bomb from now till thy kingdom come, none of their citizens will die of any bomb because they prepared. Let us prepare our own home. Let us build our land so that Sharialization, Fulanization, Islamization will not even come close or near to us. The only best time we have is now. The best time we have is now.
Thank you, Wachineke. Thank you, Wachineke. All right. As our time is ticking, and coupled with what we have on the table, Mazi the Prince, you talk on this, and then you talk connecting it with another thing that is coming on the screen, and Battle Cry the same. So let me scroll down to the next publication, because all we are doing is to make people to understand reasons why they need to come back to their senses, support this Biafra that they did not support before, and then come to understand what they need to do. Because if you don't do it, nobody will do it for you. Now, with the previous post that we had up there before, plus this one now, Mazi the Prince, you can see what is on the screen. They say that the Nigerian senators donate their December salaries to the military bombing victims in Kaduna. So, the question number one is, how many times have Biafrans been massacred? Mazuko, please mute your microphone. It's echoing. How many times have Biafrans been massacred? And did we see anybody come to donate money to give Biafrans? How many times have they raped our women and children? How many times have they cut heads to pieces? If not Mazi Simon Ekpa that stood his ground as they kidnapped Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, what would have happened to the people of Biafra today? From these 109 senators that donate their salary, which they call that the money has amounted to whether 109 million naira, you will see that 75% of the people that donate this money are from the Southeast. Yes, but they are the people donating this money to be given to the victims in Southern Kaduna. What we are making people to understand is that the people that are calling themselves one Nigerian leaders or rulers or politicians cannot help you, because the Biafra we are fighting for is not for them. It is for the poor man. It is for a layman. It is for the one that has been decapitated for many years. It is for you that has been to school and come out and then you cannot make ends meet. You cannot get a job. It is for you that have been driven out of Nigeria because of lack of anything. We find ourselves in another man's land, trying to look for greener pastures to feed back to our people. So, Mazi, please carry the mic. Explain and connect the dots and let people understand from the post of the president of one Nigeria and from the reactions of the senators in the Senate to the people that are massacred in Kaduna, comparing it to the people in the East, in the Biafra land, and then make them to understand the reasons why they need to come back to their senses to support Biafra. Even if they don't come to support Biafra, Biafra will still come, because we have come this far without their support. But we want them to wake up from their subconsciousness. Carry the mic, Mazi, the Prince.
Thank you, my minister. Am I coming out clear?
Yeah, very well, very well, very well.
All right, my minister. Mas you go, I greet you. I greet you, my sister, and everyone on the studio. You see, I want at times when I look at our people, the way they behave and the way they think, I cry for them. Because when you look at someone and cry, it doesn't mean that that person is doing well. It means that, oh, this person have wasted himself or herself. You see this thing that is written up here now. Nigerian senators donate December salary to military bombing victims in Kaduna. Nkpa massacre, MNM massacre, Aba massacre. Even the people that was killed by Peter Obi, nobody knows that they exist. Even our people that were injured in this selection they did in Lagos, nobody knows that they exist. Look at what happened at Izombe. Nobody talk more of donating. Just like my minister said, if you go and check very well those that donated this money, all this Efulefu from southeast, all this Efulefu from this Biafran land are the major people that donate this money that you are seeing here. Because they feel when they donate this money, they will be relevant, they will be recognized. They will see them as people that are fighting for one Nigeria, one Zojilia, not knowing that they are digging their graves. And I want to tell our people that are in Lagos, just like our sister said, some of them that are building there we are destroyed. If you ask them to pay for them to take that place and build again, they will pay again. You can see one man crying on the video that his house worth 300 million. But if they ask him to pay and build again in that same place, he will pay and start building. That is somebody who is in the grave, not knowing that he is in the grave. If you ask him now to pay ordinary 5,000 naira every month, 1,000 safe for our liberation army, he will tell you go to hell with your liberation army. Whether they whether they contribute 1 naira or not, those people that feel that they have that money, Biafra will come. Whether devil likes it or not, Biafra will come. I see, anytime I look at those people, even my own uncle, any of my friends that is among these zoo elected people, I will look at them as the person as a foolish human being, somebody who has no brain, who has no sense. Why? Because you that is elected, you swear an allegiance, an oath to somebody, not to make your own land to be vibrant or to bring progress to your own land. While the person you swear allegiance to is making everything possible for his own land to progress. Is it not foolishness? That is foolishness. My minister, I don't have much to tell our people. The only thing I want to tell, whatever you have, that is what I want to say. Whatever you have, put it on that our pause where we support our BLA, BRF, and BDF, or our arms wings. Put it there, whatever you have, just drop it there. You know, when our Prime Minister took over So many people called him names. They do so many things. Even my own brother do so many things. I look at them and I laugh because whatever my spirit tells me never fails. I stick to our prime minister till date, and I will continue till the kingdom of God come on Biafra land, because this is the kingdom of God that will come. Catholics, they started praying for this kingdom of God to come before I was born. They are still praying for that kingdom to come. And they did not know how the kingdom is like, how the kingdom will come like. They have never for one day asked, this kingdom we are praying for it to come, how is it going to come? What is the plan for this kingdom to come? And who is going to bring this kingdom? Because we are told that the Savior will come at night. The second coming of Christ is to do what? Is to take his own people to heaven. But he told you to pray for the kingdom, for his kingdom to come on earth as it is in heaven. And you have been praying. That kingdom, you don't know how it's going to come. And somebody is now working assiduously to make sure that the kingdom comes. You that is here, knowing that do not know how and when and who is to bring the kingdom, and somebody is telling you this is the kingdom and we are fighting to get that kingdom. This is your own duty for that kingdom to come. You refuse to perform that your own duty. You say it's not the kingdom. Are you not a fool? But we that stand and fight for this kingdom, we will get this kingdom. The same Bible says that the kingdom suffereth violence, but the people that will take it is people that are violent, very, very, very violent. Violent people that will take it. So we don't need to use kid glove and treat the kingdom of Satan, the kingdom of evil that is Nigeria. We have to use violence, just like our PM is using it for them. That violence is what they want, and that is what they need. And they are seeing it now. Before now, they are telling us that if whatever we want, they will give us. Ahmed said that Nigeria belongs to them. Whatever they say is what will go. That they cannot vote for anybody that is not working for their own good. But today, their mouths have changed. They are begging. We are just starting. And very soon, they will know that we are 100% ready. This idiot said, if it is war, that they will give us war. That Nigeria will not. I tell him, we are already at war and we are ready to fight it to finish. Because our leader said, we will fight this war if it is only one man and one woman, or even one woman or one man that remain in Biafra, they will continue. But the main point is that Biafra must come, and Biafra must come. Thank you.
Thank you, Mwachineke. Battle cry, carry the mic, please. Battle cry, we can't hear you. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, good
okay,
evening,
carry the
sir.
mic.
Good evening again from here, and thank you again for giving me another opportunity to talk. I'm seeing something on the screen here, which is so disturbing to understand or to fathom what these guys are talking about the donating their salaries to the victim of. Is it the duty of government functionaries to compensate the victims, or the duty or responsibility of the government itself, the government that is ruling the country, that bearing the negligence of the army bombing operation? So this is something that are they trying to say that the present in question whose government has played the role of military negligence of attacking his own citizens, unjustly, is not able to talk or to deliver a word. What is the meaning of this donating salary? How much do they have? Who is going to account this donation of their salary to the victims? Like you said before, I wouldn't be surprised if is the Southeast functionaries that have said, that have brought up this suggestion to donate their own salary. There's no way if Southeast didn't involve in this kind of nonsense, it will not come up on the media. If the Northerners say it, you will not see it on the media. But once the Southeast come up with it, they will not bring it to the media, and other people will pretend. Tell me, when they were donating palliative, which region donate most? The most people that donated the billions of naira during palliative is Southeast. Stupid billionaires in the Southeast. They're the one that do. I know one man who donated 2 billion naira. I'm asking myself, 2 billion naira? Who is he pleasing? Is he pleasing the Buhari government, or is he pleasing the Nigeria, or is he? They try to play a role for people, for zoo government to accept them, to see them as compatriots, or maybe philanthropy, or to show that they have the heart of Nigeria. At the same time, they will floor them on the floor. This is alarming. Okay, now let me start saying by this headline here now. If they are going to bring their salary, there is no date or time they are bringing their own salary. They didn't even form the committee. They didn't even form the board of directors that is in charge of this donation they are making. This is empty mouth. Nothing is coming. For now till tomorrow, ask any of these Kaduna victims if these people donated money to them. They will say they didn't see any money. This country called Nigeria is just a full contraction. It's a fraud. Like one professor said on Zoo TV, I think it was TVC. He said Nigeria is a fraudulent arrangement. What you saw here on the screen is nothing but a scam, complete scam, because everybody in the zoo know how to scam, both the government of the day and all the political actors. They know how to scam their own citizens. Tinubu cannot say that he will donate his own salary, or he will not suggest all the senators or all the governors to donate their own salaries for these victims. No. And he will not say that government has planned to raise funds to compensate the victims. No. He will not say, oh, okay, on this salary of military agency or security agency, because of your negligence for bombing these people, innocent people, your salary will be cut into 3. 2 will go to the victim, and 1 you will have it. There is no disciplinary hearing. There is nothing like punishment or penalty against these people that carry this oppression. All they can say, empty mouth, that they will donate their salary for the victims. Have they been able to identify these victims? The family that are involved in this guerrilla operation, have they been able to identify them? Have they been able to, disclose them, or just invite them to Abuja to have a meeting? If the presidents or maybe the senators are afraid to travel to North to visit these victims, have they been able to invite them the same way they invited the Chibok girls? No, but they are just sitting in one place making an intimate. Let me not just take much of time for this thing because we have stayed long here. This is rounding table now. We're just rounding up. But I will just draw the curtain here. These people, they are just making empty promises, as simple as ABCD. Thank you very much for here.
Thank you, Mwachineke. Thank you, the audience. We are not so concerned whether their promises are factual or truthful. What we are concerned is to connect the dot and to make Biafrans to understand the wickedness of the senators that you have, both in the north and in the south. Biafrans have been massacred, have been bombed, and no compensation from senators were paid. Senators did not come to donate their salaries of 1 month or 2 months to Biafrans. That's the point we want Biafrans and those listening to us to understand. Whether they pay the money or they don't pay, almost all the money you hear the court of one Nigeria pronounce and say you have to pay as damages to so person that you have detained in detention for years. Most of them are not paid. But this one, it is the senators of the National Assembly that unanimously come together and said they are going to donate money to these people, and they are donating their December salaries. We want Biafrans to understand the wickedness of how you are treated differently in one Nigeria. As a Biafran from the Biafran region, as a Southerner from the Biafran region and also from the Tutuwa region, your case are treated differently. And these are the reasons why we want you to understand that you must come to support Biafra and to support BRGIE, because that is your only solution. That is the only thing that will save you, because your cases are not put on the table to discuss or to seek betterment for anywhere or anyhow. But when it involves other people in other places, you can see people running helter-skelter. That is the point we want people to understand. So your freedom as a Biafran is in your own hands. The senators cannot help you. The chiefs of armies cannot help you. Your governors cannot help you. Your ministers cannot help you. Your commissioners cannot help you. Your chiefs cannot help you, because they collect red, yellow, brown, and black and devilish envelopes contained with money. The only thing that can help you is BRGIE and Simon Ekpa leading as the Prime Minister. So you must throw in your support and come back to your senses. Whether they pay the money or they are doing scam is not our problem. We just want to establish the fact that the wickedness here is against the Biafran people. But when it involves the Northerners, they will throw every support. Even the people that are coming up with this prayer in the Senate will be the top ranking Biafran senators that will be leading this prayer in the Senate. But why is it that when it happens in the Biafran region, it's a different thing? That is why we are trying to make everybody to understand something, that you must come back to understand what we have been saying. Your cases cannot be handled. Your cases cannot be given preferential treatment. It is only you as a Biafran that can speak and can bring your issue to the table. That brings us to the sit at home, which is to flog one Nigeria and to make them to understand that we are in for freedom. So, now, as you go, I hope we can see this thing on the screen. So, please, do well to explain to Biafrans point 1, only point 1. Another person will pick point 2 and explain to Biafrans the point-by-point reasons why we are embarking on the sit at home. Pick the first point, Mazi Ugo.
Okay. Following the demand by the Biafran people for more sit-at-home civil disobedience, the Biafra Republic government in exile and the Biafra de facto government in homeland wish to notify Biafrans that there will be sit-at-home civil disobedience starting from 15th December 2023 to 19th December 2023. The sit at home is for the following reasons. 1, demand the immediate and unconditional release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who remains illegally detained and who remained illegally detained at the DSS dungeon, and his next court date is on the 15th of December 2023. Now, this 15th falls happens to be on Friday, this coming Friday. I want to make we get one thing straight. When somebody asks you why you want to sit at home and suffer yourself, you tell and say, you dey fight, make Mazi Nnamdi cannot come out. They go ask you, what you concern yourself, concern Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? You dey chop Panadol, you dey drink paracetamol for another person headache. Tell them no. Because we just explained to you that the bombing in Kaduna in Nigeria, your president said is the will of God. And the same Kaduna bombing, we still see this week that terrorists pursued out many people from their land because they did not pay tax. And in the same Fulani land, northern area, we still see, say, Fulani, they collect tax, they get office, secretariat in their offices, they get local governments. And the terrorists themselves, they there, they collect money, they work on daily basis. Nigeria know they go bomb there. Now all these things, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they fight, make you no come your land. That is why they kidnap him. Because if they no leave him, they want finalize you. Mass burial no dey for our land because of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. God no dey send army, make they come bomb our land, make they come bomb innocent citizens, children and women. Our people know they enter IDP camp. You know, I was just watching some documentaries of IDP camps because in Benue State, there were more 7 centers or 4 centers, they added more centers because people were many. And when I was watching the news, I didn't see a man. I saw women and the children. I couldn't ask the people when they watched me for the video, where are the men? How can you see more than 1,000 people? One single man no dey inside. Even Kamsi, nobody reached the age of Kamsi. Among them, babies, women. This is just the colonization agenda we will talk. All these are what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is fighting against. This is why they kidnapped him and threw him into dungeon. Now, whether it's in DSS, so like Ohaneze and some governors are gathering to say it is better you keep him in Kuje. We are not demanding that you remove him from DSS and put him in Kuje. We want him free, total freedom. Then we want make him be. We no want conditional freedom. No, we no want bail because he no do anything. Because the same court where una they foolishly go, now that court to tell una say this man, you know, go bring and come court, any court again, anywhere in this world, because there is nothing to go to court about unless there is something else. Still, the useless, wicked people carry them, they go to the same court. Tell them, say, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is like the bread we need to live. Thank you, Mazi.
Yes, I hear you. Thank you, Wachineke. Ada Biafra Betty, you have to deal with the second point. The second point on that memo. Take the second point and deal with it, please. Thank you.
Okay. Hello, my people, once more. Please just give me 1 minute before I carry on. You know, when the other point where the president of Nigeria said that it is the will of God that the bombing took place, I'm saying that he is very correct, because as long as they are holding Onyendu, God will never allow Nigeria to know peace. So, in dealing with this second point, the demand from our prime minister, you know, from the zoo government, based on what is coming up, one of them is to protest against Nigeria being officially addressed as an Islamic state by the United Kingdom government, as recently pronounced by the UK Secretary for Foreign, Commonwealth and Development Affairs, Lord David Cameron. This is happening while Biafrans are not Muslims and can never be. You all know that Nigeria, after the war, we have all been living together with one another. They say no victor, no vanquished. Nobody cared about Christians, what we do. Nobody cared about Muslims or Judaism or any other religion or traditional religion until 2015, when the Islamization agenda man Buhari came in. That was when all these problems started all over again. And that goes to show anybody that this had been the idea of these people, their agenda, very hidden then, but it is no longer hidden now. You know, my dad told us that these people, when Usman Danfodio came to Nigeria, this has been his agenda. And he was killing and coming down to middle belt. That's like Kogi and Plateau State, all those areas. And these Kogi people waged them. And Usman Danfodio killed a lot of their men. Otherwise, they would have come down like they are in Kwara State now. So my dad told us this story, that people from Kogi, they lost all their men. So people from Igbo land had to go and pregnant their women to have men again. So he said to me, to us, because we are very many, and in the evening sometimes when he comes back from work, my dad, he will be telling us stories. He told us these stories that most Kogi people we see today are from Igbo land, because men from Igbo land and Suka and all that, very close to them, were the people that they agreed should come and pregnant their women so that they will start having men again. So sometimes when you look at these people, they will look at us, but I'm only digressing. But it is good to point at that, to let us know that these people have had this agenda ever before now, and they are coming to rub it on our face, you know. So they never wanted us to worship under what denomination we believed in, which is Christianity, but they want to force everybody to be the same as them. And God, Chukwu Okike Abiama, never wanted it to happen. That was why the Benue people waged them, and they never came down to Islamize us then. So not now that there's sophisticated whatever they want to fight with. They cannot do it. And you know, my dad said that, look, Igbos, we are in the center. That no matter where you come from, you can never defeat the Igbo people at war. And I believe it. The Southeast, we are at the center. So they cannot defeat us. But that does not mean that our UK colonial masters or neo-colonial people will not give heed to the fact that Nigeria is bilateral, religious wise, because there's full is Islam, there's Christianity. Nigeria cannot be addressed by any means as a Christian country.
Thank you, Ada
Yeah.
Biafra. Thank you
So
so
thank
much.
you. Yeah.
Thank you so much. All right, Battle Cry, you have to deal with point number 3 and point number 4. And let me throw a light for you. During the Biafra Helsinki Self-Referendum Convention, which we had, the BRGIE and the de facto government in the homeland unveiled a database system for the Biafran people, where we can collect data of Biafrans and then process and do everything to back up and to defend Biafrans in any countries that they find themselves. And it is through this database collection system that every documentation of Biafrans will be coming out from. So from what is there on the screen, you get to understand that the database collection is part of the template of the BRGIE as a government in exile. It is our legitimacy to own it and to have it as a government. So you're going to make Biafrans understand as a point of order, point number 3 and 4, you will deal with that and explain to Biafrans in line with the ordinances of the sit-at-home of 15th to 19th of December 2023, part of the demands. Thank you.
Thank you again. Biafrans, you see, it is important that we knew that in every organization or movement, there will be a leader. We thank God that we already have a leader who is projecting all these things to us, the Prime Minister himself. And we all know that the Prime Minister operates digital, it's not analog. For him to come up with this idea in preparation of Biafra government data collection by Biafra self-referendum, that one alone comprised of digital network. So he came up with an idea of to digitalize Biafra. This is not the issue of when you say you want to go and vote, someone will say, take a paper, sign, and thumbprint, then you go. No. This one is not, all about paper or maybe some kind of documentation manually. No. There will be a documentation, but documentation must be digital. Digital in the sense that when you doing anything about database, you have to be electronically. Electronically is that when someone do something here, when you go to the government server, you will see what that person did. Anywhere in Biafra land, anybody commit or did anything, the information must be shown on the data on the central database of the country. So collecting of database is to ensure how many and who is in the country. Database has to do with your age, your father, your mother, your siblings, your wife, in fact, your family, all about you. That's what the collection of database to know who is who. This one is not a matter of migrating Janjaweed from Senegal or maybe Senegambia. They will come in. You don't know who is who. If you ask him, who are you? He will point a cow to you. No. Once you catch somebody or you ask anybody, who are you? When the person says, why are you laughing? Yeah, I'm saying the reality because we here in diaspora we're bringing, technology, the way of civilization, so that nobody mess around, nobody comes in, say that his forefather come into the country or come into the Biafra land 1804, blah blah blah. They start jihadis or they start what do you call it? Ruka. No. It's not going to happen. Even to do your own business in Biafra land, it must be digitalized. It must be in the database. It must be in the national server. So that business, once it's registered. It's not going to be analog. That is in preparation for government data collection of Biafrans and followed by Biafra self-referendum. That was what was declared and projected in Finland during the Biafra self-referendum. It was said there, it was declared there, and is now on public domain that such has been declared. And that's how we're going to take it and move it. So Biafrans, we are on a good shape. If the Biafra Prime Minister have said it, it is on record and such has been proposed. The proposal is bringing to us is what is up to date according to the modern days. It's no more like zoo where people do anyhow. Somebody can even kill a 3 years old baby and nobody knows when that baby was born or maybe actually how old it is. They might just give us a figure, maybe it's 3 or 4 years old, but such a thing, we need full information so that once we track it, it will be on record. And number 4 here is telling us to further put the world on notice that Biafra are taking their future into their own hands. So taking your own hand, taking the country by your own hand to determine your own future. You don't expect someone who come to create a country that he did not form to say, oh, that he colonized you, whereas he didn't colonize you. If you ask the person who colonized you, he will not tell you the date or the year which he colonized you, which is a very total contraction. It can never happen in Biafra. So we are taking our destiny, taking our future at our hand, and to prove to the world that yes, we can do it. Since we come up to project this kind of idea, project this kind of ideology, that we are taking it at hand, it means that we are well to do. Our proverb, to conclude the whole matter, when a child is crying and pointing hands somewhere, if his father is not there, his mother is there. That is why we are taking our own future at hand. Thank you very much, dear friends.
Thank you, Wachineke. Mazi Prince. You will have to deal with point order 5 and 6. Point order 5 and 6, you can see there. Then let me read. Point order 5 says to demand the immediate withdrawal of all Nigerian forces from the 40 United States of Biafra territories. Then point number 6, to demonstrate that the Biafran Republic government in exile and Biafra de facto government in the homeland remains the only legitimate government to whom the Biafran people listens to and are loyal to. So, Mazi the Prince, you pick the mic. Point order 5 and 6. Thank you.
Thank you, my minister, for information. Biafrans, I greet you all. The number 5 in our sit at home that will start on 15th to 19th of this month of December. The number 5 said, the demand, bring it down a bit, you have taken it up. Yeah, the demand to demand the immediate withdrawal of Nigerian forces from the 40 United States of Biafra. You see, this demand is top-notch. This is one of the things our leader has been hammering for before he was kidnapped. These people have become menace in our land, claiming to be security men or military men. They have been the one kidnapping people. I tell you, my in-law was kidnapped last month. The people that kidnap him are soldiers. I can come out in the live TV and say it. They are all soldiers that kidnapped him, which we paid 5 million naira to release him. If you see anywhere they are kidnapping, a pole to that place is checking point for soldiers and policemen. And those checking points, they stop our people and correct some of them from 100 to up. Some 5,000, some 1,000, some 3,000, some 500, some 500, 200, 100 naira. They don't collect 15 naira. When you give them 15 naira, they will give you slap. That is bigger than 15 naira. So these people are not securing our lives. They are instead robbing us. They are armed forces, armed terrorist forces in our land. So the previous state they are guiding is Nigerian state, which are no more. We have digitalized them. They are no longer in existence. What we have now is United States of Biafra, which we don't need them, and they need to leave our states and go to Nigerian state. They can go to Abuja, they can go to Kaduna, they can go to Lagos. That is Nigeria. But here in Biafra land, we don't need them. That is number 5. Then number 6, to demonstrate that the Biafra Republic government in exile and the Biafran de facto government in the homeland remains the only legitimate government to whom the Biafran people listen and are loyal to. 110%. In Biafra land, which I am today, nobody listens to any governor. Whatever they do, you see them doing, they do it by force. They force you to do that which you don't want to do. Like terrorists, you don't want to pay for tax to go to farm. They will chase you away from your farmland, from your homeland, they will chase you away. But when BRGIE, the Biafra Republic government and the de facto government say a word, sit at home. Everywhere in Biafra land, we sit at home. We listen to our people because they carry us in their hearts. They know that which pinches us. We wear the shoe, but they know where the shoe is pinching us. We that is wearing the shoe don't know where it's pinching us, but them knows where the shoe is pinching us because they understand all these things more than we do. So the Biafran people listen to Biafran Republic government in exile and the de facto government in homeland. That is the legitimate government we listen to. Every other thing you see that is happening, that is not Biafra Republic government and the de facto government in the homeland, are by force. They force people to do it. That is why you see whenever they are moving around, they go with escort, they go with police, they harass people. You can never see anybody submitting to them, doing something with, because when you do something with anger, that thing does not mean that you want to do it. But whenever the Biafra Republic government says something, we do it with all heart, even though we are not, we are in our home, not doing anything. We are happy at home, eating food, doing it with joy because we know what is in front is bigger than what we have passed. My people, this is the only government we have to listen to. Thank you, my minister.
Thank you, Mwachineke. And then I will take the number 7 and 8. To the sit at home of 15 to 19, which is to destroy everything that has to do with one Nigeria, cut their shields and destroy them to pieces. Point order number 7 says to invalidate the illegitimacy of those who parade themselves as Nigeria's representatives within Biafran territory. All those governors, ministers, senators, commissioners, House of Assembly members, Supreme Court leaders, and all nonsense. All the ones that answer anything, Nigeria, and you're representing the interests of one Nigeria. This sit at home is to send a message to you and to warn you that you should stop parading yourself as one Nigerian representatives in Biafran territory because you are illegal. When we say illegal, we mean you are fraudulent. When we say illegal, we mean you are a thief. You are a criminal. You are acting unaccepted by the people. You are stealing. You are here for the purpose of killing, maiming, raping, taking out of our organs and selling them out to American people who can pay $225,000 for one single organ. So, for example, you kidnap one of a Biafran and then you remove all the organs on the body. You know how much it means. That is why some Biafrans, when they are kidnapped before now, you don't see them. You find them everywhere, you don't see them. That is the end. But Biafran Liberation Army, BRGIE, has come to be your end. And the finisher of our time, our Prime Minister, is here to make sure he takes it to the very last end. So, the sit at home is a warning that has been enumerated of all these points from point 1 to point 8, and you must take it very serious and act on it. If not so, you will come back to the National Assembly and House of Assembly to give another report. You'll be crying this time and crawling. Point number 8 says to delegitimize all the rogue regimes, let's go down. The thing increase. Come down. All the rogue regimes representing Nigeria within the 40 United States of Biafra. You know, when you say rogues, some people may not understand. It is not rugged, though, it is rogues, criminals, thieves, embezzlers, those that came to embezzle you. All your money that you have been paying for your children's school fees, do you get any grant from the government? No. All the natural resources, starting from the hard minerals and the ones that is not hard, that they've exploited from your lands. Do you see any dividends of democracy coming back to you? No. That is why they are all rogues. They are all criminals and embezzlers. They come to steal. They come to kill. They come to maim. They come to exploit your lands of all the resources that God has embedded in them. They did not come to explore. There are differences between exploration and exploitation. What the zoo terrorists and the enablers that they have in Biafra land does is that they exploit you. They exploit everything you have. From the last thing, like palm oil, that is deposited in your land, whereby you will plant a palm seed and then it will germinate and grow and become a palm tree. From there, you can make ends meet from the oil. They exploit you from that very one to the last one that all their eyes are fixated on, which is the oil and gas that can produce and also power aircraft. They exploit everything. Your lands where they do all this exploitation has become so deplorable that you cannot farm anymore. You cannot even go in there to do anything. Even water that was taken out from there for drink have all been contaminated. The fishes in those rivers are all dead. These are some of the reasons why any place you dig in Biafra land, you may likely hit up with oil and gas in the earth crust. And you don't ask yourself why. How come? Is it only in Biafra land that this happens? That oil and gas is spread everywhere in the earth crust? No. The decomposition of the fishes, the seabeds, in the riverine units and in the waters, and where they have used oil and gas exploitation to destroy the lands, makes the seabeds that have decomposed to go into the rocks. At a certain time when you are digging water or drilling water, you get to meet in between the rocks where these decomposed fishes has created oil and gas that sparks out. Some of you may not understand how this comes to be in the chemical arena. This is what happens. When the one that happened in Enugu that they said they were digging or drilling water, at the end of the day, they saw gas coming out and they could not contain the gas. Even the chemical department of the foolish government could not come to know how to harness it. This is how they come to be. When you keep on destroying all the fishes in the riverine areas and in the ponds and the rivers and streams, you don't know what they go out to come to be at the end of the day. So, the dividends of democracy that you're supposed to have been felt, the rogues, the criminals that you have representing one Nigerian interest in Biafra land, have destroyed them all. So that is why we are here to make sure we cut their shields, cut their tails, destroy them all, move them out of Biafra land so that the Biafran people can take their destiny in their hands, harness all the resources that they have, and then they can in turn speak back to their people and they will see what comes out of their lands. Do you know that in America and Europe and UK and other places, that because you have a baby, you have a grant that the government pays you back for having a baby for the country, because they know the importance of you having a baby for the country. You are contributing to the growth of the country. The dividends of democracy from the oil and gas and every natural resources is paid back to you because of the baby that you have for the country. You are helping the country. Do you understand that? Does that happen in your Nigeria? No. In Nigeria, where they have destroyed everything about you, all the oil and gas money is enjoyed and owned by the politicians who claims to represent the interests of one Nigeria, who can kill you to maintain that positions. But their children, they will take them to America and UK to go and stay and school. While where you are schooling, the place is so bad that even a madman in America, you will not wish to stay in such place. Where you call asylum camp in Europe and America and UK, it is well furnished. It is a place where some of you will even love to stay forever without wanting to go back to Nigeria. Asylum camps in America and UK and Europe. But in Nigeria, IDP camps where your women and children have been thrown into looks like dustbin. Dustbin. Mazugo, sorry, let me open your mic.
You go there, compare prison.
Okay, prison. Okay, you see, prison. Oh, Mazugo, now they tell you about prison. So, prison for here, for this Western world where some of us did. You go even they enjoy prison, say you don't even want to come out for prison to go back. They hear me? But prison in Nigeria, you are on hard labor. 247, you are on hard labor. They go, they tilt ground. They go, they carry iron. They go, they do all sort of things. But prison in America or other Western world, or where they know what democracy is all about, it's like you're going for rehabilitation. They rehabilitate your brain. You stay in prison and you are even learning of new trade. At the end of the day, when you come out from prison, you can even come and start teaching other people that have not even gone to prison what they don't know, because you have gone to learn a lot. They have rehabilitated your brain. So if you were into a criminality that took you there, you will even come back to educate other people and tell them, no, this is what you need to do. This is what you need to do. This is how you should go. This is how you should go. Because I have learned a lot from where I came out from. You will see people come out from prison in these countries that we find ourselves here. Someone that the head was like this, my head. So you see, as my head, they boni. Person waiting for prison here for like 1 year or two, come out. He go begin to grow fine hair. You go see him face, they shine. Oil go there, waka. He go look fine past me. He go there like Obama pikin, where they chop better money, but now for prison I do. But me, why are they outside? I no go find like person waiting for prison come out. This is when you understand what it means to be talking about nation building. You understand what it means, the interest of the citizenry. You know what you are thinking for the people. Not a president that is telling you that for Fulani terrorists to massacre you, that it was the will of God. Not for a president to tell you that bandits taking over your community does not mean that they have taken over, that they are just there to act film. Hey, hello, Mero. So we want people to understand what Biafra is bringing to the table for you and why you must support us to restore Biafra. If you don't want bandits to be doing like this in your communities, come back to your senses and support the Biafran Republic government in exile. The sit at home has come to stay. It is to punish many people and it is to bless many people. It is to bless the Biafrans, it is to punish the enemies of Biafra. It is to destroy the enemies of Biafra, and it is to create the way for the Biafran people. It is to cut the shield and destroy the legs of the terrorists coming into Biafra land, and the governors that are aiding and abetting them, and all the ministers and senators, and the commissioners, the village chief, anything that aids one Nigerian terrorist to the massacre and genocide of our people in one way or another. The sit at home is to make sure that we destroy you. Do not ask us for judgment. Judgment is of God to judge. Our own is to send the people that merit the judgment to go down to the judgment ground. Why? Because you came to kill our women and children. Our own is to do what? Fire for fire, tit for tat. The WOTOWOTO will continue until Biafra is restored. We thank you all, Biafrans. Adhere to every instruction from our PM and do not be a scapegoat. Remember to observe and to continue 1 to 2 kilometers away from every checkpoint, secretariat, barracks, police stations, everything that has to do with one Nigeria. Stay away. That we don't strike a checkpoint today does not mean we will not strike tomorrow. Where it is free for them, I say even today, you may be surprised that in the next seconds, we will strike that place. We don't announce where we are going anymore. So that is why we are telling you to be at alert and stay clear so that you don't become the scapegoat. We appreciate you all for listening to us. We have stayed here for almost 3 hours because of how expansive the topic has been. So we appreciate all our ministers, and we will take one minute to say thank you to Biafrans as we draw the curtain. We start with Mazi Prince. One minute, please. Just say thank you to Biafrans, and then we draw the curtain. Thank you.
Thank you, dear friends. Thank you for listening. Thank you. And at the head to all our PM's messages and admonition, and our BDR team information. Adhere to everything you have been told to do. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Mazi Prince. We go to Biafra Betty. 1 minute, please. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, my people, for coming over. We have talked a lot, and we thank you for your presence. You are always there for us. You are the reason we are here. We all know what is up. So let's not hesitate in answering our Prime Minister. Onyendu will definitely come out. I thank God on your behalf. Thank you all and have a very good evening. Watch me tomorrow morning, my people.
Thank you, Ada Biafra. Please, as you're watching us, remember to subscribe to Ada Biafra's channel. I'm going to put the link on the comment section now. So you click the link and go there and continue to watch. Battle Cry, 1 minute, please. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. All hail Biafra. Biafra will move. Biafra Republic government in exile, peace, unity, and equity. We stand. Long live Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Long live Biafra Prime Minister Mazi Simon Ekpa. Yes, we have come to the end of the show, and I think each of every one of us might have had all we have just said and picked one or two things, and it doesn't end there. What you hear, try to share it, try to dispense helpful to other people, family and friends to hear what we're saying. So we can't go on and on and on. We have to just hold it as it is now. And next time again, we are coming out with a very big bundle of information again. But for your update, always visit the tweet of our Prime Minister to pick up the latest update there. That is where the center of this media is coming from. Thank you very much from here. This is Biafra Battle Cry Channel TV. Good evening, good morning, and good afternoon, depending on where you're watching. Let's go carry on and bless us. He said, bye.
He said, thank you, Machineke. Mazi 247, grab the mic.
All right. Thank you so much, Mazi, Sonny, and everyone of us in the studio. Ada Biafra. Why didn't go in a teaching the working in?
Thank you.
Biafrans, I thank you all. I want us to remember this Friday, the sit-at-home kicks off until 29th, and we must see the change. If you no see change, no stop. We are fighting. We are running. We are trying to keep our lives. We are fighting to survive. We are fighting to live. So, when anybody asks you why you the fight for Biafra, if you no fight, you go die. True. If you no fight, you go die. I must say thank you so much and good night from here.
Thank you, Mary.
Thank you to all Biafrans. Thank you. And from us from here, we see you on the other side.
The Ada Biafra's channel again.
No.
Yeah, it's Betty Ford
I've given them the link.
Please, my people, try and follow me.
I've given them the link, so they'll just click the link and then go over there. And we must continue. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
The governor of the state himself obeys the sit-at-home on Monday, and then the civil servants that work in government house obey the sit-at-home, and government shut down on Mondays. It means the real governor of Southeast is Simon Ekpa, ruling the Southeast from Finland.
Those who are against secession, so to speak, their language, those who are against autonomy or freedom for the regions. The only time that Nigeria came close to attaining its potential was when everybody was on their own. Go and ask, consult your history books. Dr. Michael Alapa's economy was 40% every year, the fastest growing in the world. Awolowo performed a miracle in the West. When I mean miracle that you cannot even believe what the man was able to do with ordinary cocoa. Transformed the entire West was transformed. Built the first stadium. Even the Janjaweed, and the Fabalewa, do you know what they did in the north? Go and look at the factories that they built. When people look back with nostalgia at what Nigeria could have been. They were looking at Nigeria when the regions had their own government, when the regions had their own embassies abroad. These are the things they don't teach you in schools. But if you are fortunate to be listening to us,